Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Bass Trending Gist, where we break down the political drama that everyone is talking about. Today, we have a major one. Kenneth Okonkwo, the popular actor turned politician and former spokesperson for the Labour Party Presidential Campaign Council, just sat down for an explosive interview on Channels TV's Hard Copy. He dropped not one, but two major bombshells. First, a very telling statement about his relationship with Peter Obi and the new emerged coalition. And second, a shocking political calculation for the 2027 election that has completely changed the game. We are going to split these clips into two parts to really understand what's going on. First, let's hear what he says when asked if Obi is his principal in the new ADC-led coalition. Pay close attention to his choice of words, so sit back and take a watch.
In the ADC, is Peter Obi your principal in the ADC?
My principal?
Yes.
In the ADC?
Yes.
Sorry.
Would you be working towards him getting that presidential ticket?
Now, let Peter Obi register first as a member of ADC, and I will answer that your question. Because as I'm talking to you, I know he has not registered as a member of ADC.
Why do you think that is?
No, when you see him, you ask him. I am a member of ADC. So
we do have quite a number of people going through that particular dynamic in the ADC.
Yeah.
We saw all of them at the launch, but then many of them haven't left their original political parties. Maybe you can't speak for them particularly, but in your view, as someone who's a politician, is there a reason why somebody would be taking their time before making a decision to join a party that they say they're part of the coalition of?
Right. Now, as a politician, I can talk about myself and what I believe in. I had told Nigerians that I do not put my two legs on two different platforms. And that's why I don't defect. I will resign from one before going into another. Good. So whatever any politician says, you take him by his words. Because I would never swear for any politician because I don't want to die before my time.
If Peter Obi actually resigns from the Labour Party and takes up membership of the ADC, would you be working together?
One, that is a hypothetical question.
Yes.
And I'm reluctant in answering hypothetical questions.
Okay, did you catch that? The interviewer asked a direct question. Is Peter Obi your principal in ADC? And his response is, let Peter Obi register first as a member of ADC. He then doubles down saying, as I am talking to you, I know he has not registered. This is a huge statement, but before we unpack that, let's get to the second part of the clip. This is where the real strategy for 2027 is revealed. After establishing that Obi isn't an ADC member, the conversation pivoted to the political dynamics of the 2023 election and what it means for the next one. Kenneth Okonkwo lays out a controversial and what some might call a brutally pragmatic pathway. Listen carefully to his reasoning about why a Southerner might find it futile to challenge President Tinubu in 2027. Take a watch.
But let me tell you my strategy going 2027. First and foremost, in 2023, we believe that it was the turn of the South. And we battled it. As a matter of fact, I started planning it from 2019. When I entered APC, I made it clear. Ndibo for Buhari 2019. Buhari for Ndibo 2023. As at that time, Peter Obi was a vice presidential candidate to Atiku. And I said, I'm not going to support that ticket. Because if I support that ticket, that means the North will have the presidency for 12 years, unbroken. I am surprised that the same people who were supporting that ticket...
16 years?
Well, Buhari did 4 years then.
Okay.
And then I now said, no, we should allow Buhari to finish his 8 years.
Okay.
Because if you vote Atiku and Obi, that means a northerner transferring power to another northerner, and they will spend 12 years. I'm surprised that the same people who were against me then are now again saying that Power cannot return to the north after 4 years. In 2023, I campaigned for the same Peter Obi. If Peter Obi and Atiku had won in 2019, there wouldn't even be chance for anybody from the southeast to contest the presidency in 2023. Because by 2023, there would be no incumbents. And the only chance that a southeast person would have is when there is no incumbent. And then I have now learned from 2023 that in Nigeria, when you win election and you don't have the power of the establishment supporting you, they will take it away from you. Do you know that Southwest has never contested any election when there is an incumbent? From 1999 to 2027.
So for 2027.
Yes. That's where I'm going. Now,
because based on what you're saying,
yes,
battling an incumbent in 2027 is futile.
Very futile. If you are from the south, you cannot use a fresh candidate from the south to defeat an incumbent from the south. Atiku and Obi failed because they were trying to battle an incumbent northerner with another northerner.
So the person to battle Tinubu, in your view, is a northerner?
In my own view, if you even want to make any impact. So all these people that are telling you, zone this thing to the south, zone this, they are simply telling you zone it to Tinubu. And I'll give you an example. In PDP, all these people now saying that PDP must declare 2 years beforehand that they should vote, that they should zone the stuff to south. In 2023, they never mentioned that you should zone to the south until after the primary election of PDP, which they lost, and when they were not chosen to be the vice president. And I'm talking about Wike. He never mentioned that they should zone it to the south in 2023. And now he's saying 2 years before the time that you must zone it to the south. And this is the same person that has told you he will work for Tinubu in 2027. So anybody telling you you must zone any ticket to the south is telling you you must zone it to Tinubu. Because how can you use a fresh southerner to defeat an incumbent southerner? That person is either intellectually disorganized or ignorant or lacks political strategy.
All right.
Let me tell you my
There's a lot to break down there. For the next 2 minutes, let us analyze what Kenneth Okonkwo just told
First and
us.
foremost,
let's go back to Peter Obi and ADC comment by saying,
we believe that it was the turn of the south.
Okonkwo is doing something very strategic.
As a matter of fact, I started planning this from
between the Obedient Movement and the Labour Party structure.
When I entered APC,
and this new emerged coalition being anchored by ADC, he is signaling that this new coalition is a vehicle, and if Peter Obi wants to be part of it, he has to formally join them.
Was a vice presidential
it is a subtle but significant power play. It suggests that this coalition sees itself as a platform, not just a follower of Peter Obi.
Will have the presidency for 12 years,
not checkers.
Unbroken. I am surprised that
for the main events, his
who were supporting that
calculation, this is where it gets incredibly controversial.
4 years then.
Okonkwo, a prominent Igbo politician who passionately argued
we should
for
allow
his southern,
Buhari
specifically southeastern presidency in 2023, because is now essentially saying the only realistic way to challenge President Tinubu in 2027 is with a northern candidate.
And they will spend 12 years.
He says,
I'm surprised that the same people,
it's very futile to use a fresh candidate from the south to defeat an incumbent from the south.
And
why?
Now again,
because of the incumbency factor and the power of the establishment.
Power cannot.
His argument is that any southern challenger will simply split the southern vote.
In
making it
2023,
easier for the incumbent Tinubu to win.
The same
he believes you cannot beat the establishment without the establishment's numbers.
In 2019,
and in his view, that means rallying a significant northern voting bloc that a southern candidate challenging a southern incumbent cannot muster. He points to his consistency,
and the only
saying
chance that a
he
southeast
supported Buhari in
would
2019.
Is when
for the
there
presidency
is no
to rotate, and he's now playing that same cold
then I have now learned from 2027.
He has learned from his 2023 that popular support, while massive, might not
win
be enough
election,
to overcome
and
the
you don't have
entrenched
the power
political
of the
structures.
establishment supporting you.
So when
they
you
will
hear
take it
people
away
in
from
this
you.
new coalition, or even
Do
people
you know
like
that
Wike
Southwest
shouting that
has
the presidency
never
must be zoned to
contested
the
any
south in
election
2027,
when there is an
Okonkwo is telling you
incumbent?
it's a smoke
From
screen.
1999
He believes they are,
to
intentionally or not, just
2027.
clearing the
So
pathway
for
for
2027.
Tinubu's
Yes,
re-election.
that's where I'm.
The
Yeah, that's where
strategy
I'm
is
going.
clear. To unseat
Now,
Tinubu,
Because,
the
because,
opposition
based,
must
because based
present
on
a
what you're
formidable
saying,
yes,
northern candidate who
battling an
can
incumbent
consolidate
in
the north vote
2027
and
is
yes,
field of
futile.
support from other
very
regions.
futile.
This is a move from
If you are
idealism
from the
to
south,
ruthless pragmatism.
you cannot
It's a signal
use
that his new
a
political
fresh
family is
candidate from
willing
the
to make a
south to
deal
defeat
with
an
a northern
incumbent
power
from the
bloc to
south.
achieve their ultimate goal of
Atiku
taking
and
power
Obi
in
failed
2027.
because
So what does
they
all
were
this mean?
trying
It
to
means the
battle an
2027
incumbent
political game
northerner
has already
with another
begun.
northerner.
So the
And the
person to
strategies are
battle
becoming
Tinubu, in
clear.
your view, is a
Kenneth
northerner.
Okonkwo is
In
signaling
my
a major
own view,
political
if
realignment
you even
that
want to make an
prioritizes
impact,
winning over
so
regional
all these people that are
sentiments.
telling you,
But the big
zone
questions are
this
for you,
thing
my
to the
viewers.
south,
What do you
zone
think
this,
of this
they are simply
strategy?
telling you
Is
zone
Kenneth
it to
Okonkwo
Tinubu.
being
And
a
I give you an
political
example.
realistic,
In
or is he
PDP,
betraying the very
all
cause
these people
he
now
fought for
saying
in
that
2023?
PDP must declare 2
And most
years
importantly,
beforehand
what does this mean for
that they
Peter
should
Obi
vote,
and Labour
that
Party?
they should zone
Drop your
the
thoughts
south
and your
to
analysis
south.
in the comment
In
section below. I really
2023,
want to know
he never
what you think.
mentioned that you should
Don't forget
zone
to
to the
like this
south
video, share
until
it so others
after
can be informed,
the
and of
primary
course,
election of
subscribe to
PDP,
Oba's
which they
Trending
lost,
Gist
and
for
when
more
they were not
in-depth
chosen
political
to be the vice
breakdowns.
president.
Until next time,
And I'm
stay
talking about
engaged
Wike. He
and
never
stay informed.
mentioned